Hi, this is Miss Litton, and I want to introduce you to the Octodoc. The Octodoc is a Google slideshow, and on the slides there are hyperlinks to 8 different aspects of the slide. Each student group that you have will contribute a different aspect of that slide. The purpose is for these 8 teams to review maybe a topic, or you could introduce some project-based learning topic or a theme that you have in an English class. And in this way, each student group contributes in a different way to each slide. Instead of assigning a topic, a singular topic to a group, and they acquire YouTube videos and make a presentation and write questions just on that singular topic. They become experts in that topic, yes, but in this way, by contributing a different item to the slide, each collaborative team, and you can see these numbers at the bottom of the slide would represent different teams. Each team contributes a different aspect to the slide. And I'll unpack each of those in a further YouTube video. For the purposes of my class, I used it as a review to get ready for the final. So each TOTS, which is a task of the slide, had a different goal. The first goal was to give all the key points on a particular driving question. The second task, they had to write a summary that would go on the slide itself. A third task was an image and writing some key questions that were hyperlinked to the slide. A fourth task was getting a YouTube video hyperlinked. A fifth task was developing a Prezi, creating that Prezi and hyperlinking this to the slide. A sixth task was finding a career relating to that and an investigation relating or current event to that particular driving question. The seventh group, their TOTS, they had to use the rubric to evaluate the work that had been done on the slide in the previous 6 steps. And then the 8th task was to present the slide to the rest of the class. So I had 8 different driving questions relating to a semester of biology here in Honors Bio. And when they all started, they started on task 1 or TOTS 1 on a different slide. So group 1 started on slide 1, group 4 started on group 4 or slide 4. Then what they would do is they would digitally switch slides and perform the next task on a different slide. So the slides would shift through the classroom. They had a flow chart that I gave to them through Google Classroom, and they would use that flow chart so they would know what they needed to do on each slide, and I will unpack that in another YouTube video. They had a working copy, a mock-up of one of the slides on the Google slideshow that they could use to check images and if they fit, and their wordings and things that they were going to use and need to have on that slide. And they could copy and paste that onto the actual Google slideshow. You'll notice here that the mock-up is in yellow, and the actual Google slideshow, all the slides were white originally. That was to help try to avoid some confusion if they were on a working copy, their rough draft copy, or the real Google slideshow. And there's also a accountability piece to this, because if they are depending on work from previous groups, they needed to give feedback if that work was done well or if it needed to be upgraded a little bit. So you are always giving a state of the slide, SOS. So as you received it, you would document on a document that was editable by all and viewed by all members of the classroom, and so groups could go back and correct that. And again, I will unpack that in another YouTube video. So one of the key things when doing this is it is a little confusing when you first unpack it, but after the first task of the slide and they hyperlink their first document to their slide and start going on their next slide, it all sort of clicks in for the students. And the feedback I get is that it is so helpful. They do get to get through all the different information in different ways, and they have a takeaway of a slideshow that's packed full of different information. So when they work on the master document, I encourage them, get in and get out quickly. If it's something that the whole class can work on, be very careful, double check that you're going in the right place. The overall pathway of what they need to do each time they receive a slide is they need to give a state of the slide. How is that slide when they get it? Have all the other tasks been done well? Give feedback. Do your TOTS, your tasks for that given slide, and then look to see what you need to improve on your previous slides. And document each step and follow your flow chart. And they have approached this with vigor, and once you unpack it, I think your students will enjoy it as well.